When I was a kid, my grandpa had this old cabin tucked away somewhere in the mountains of North Carolina. No TV, no Wi-Fi, no cell service, and the bathroom was technically outside. Back then, I hated going there. I mean, what kind of summer vacation doesn't have cartoons or cold soda? But now, when I look back, I'd give anything to wake up to that view again. The mornings were quiet. The air smelled like pine needles, and the biggest decision of the day was whether to fish or nap. It's funny how the things that felt like roughing it as a kid now feel like freedom as an adult. So that got me thinking, what if retirement didn't mean golf carts and gated communities? What if it meant fresh mountain air, a simple home, and a view that makes you breathe a little deeper?
Today, we're exploring 10 mountain towns across the United States, where you can actually afford to retire and live with a front row seat to some of the most beautiful scenery in the country.
Before we dive into these towns, here's a quick heads up.
We've scored each place on 8 key things that matter in retirement: affordability, healthcare, walkability, climate, social life, safety, recreation, and transport. Each category gets a 1 to 5 rating, and we add it up to a total out of 40. Think of it like a cheat sheet for retirement. The higher the score, the easier it is to live your best mountain life without surprises.
Let's dive in. Coming in at number 10 is Dahlonega, Georgia.
AKA the town where people came for gold and stayed for the views. Seriously, this little gem in the North Georgia mountains was the site of America's first major gold rush back in the 1800s. These days, the only thing you're rushing toward is the porch swing with a sweet tea in hand.
Now, before you clutch your pearls at the word Georgia, let me just say that Dahlonega is not hot, sticky Atlanta. We're talking high 80s in the summer, a dusting of snow in the winter, and year-round mountain breezes that make you wonder why you ever paid for AC.
And let's talk affordability. You're getting Blue Ridge views and mountain town charm with average home prices around $382,000. Renting? That'll run you about $1,890 a month, which, for mountain living, is basically the jackpot. You might not strike gold, but you can definitely afford groceries and still keep your Netflix subscription.
The town's walkable, full of local shops and galleries, and even has its own university, so don't be surprised if you find yourself debating poetry with a 20-year-old at the coffee shop. Just smile, nod, and enjoy the caffeine.
Need health care? You're covered. Dahlonega has its own hospital campus. Brand new since 2019, and if you need something more complex, Atlanta's just a scenic 90-minute drive away. Bring snacks.
And if you like the great outdoors, you're in luck. Dahlonega is basically the starter pack for mountain adventure. Amicalola Falls, gold mine tours, Appalachian trail hikes. This town will keep you moving, whether it's your feet or your Fitbit.
But how does Dahlonega actually stack up when you put the numbers on paper? 26 out of 40. Affordability and recreation really shine here, but walkability and transport don't quite glitter. Basically, you won't be striking gold on public transit, but the mountain views and budget-friendly living still feel like a jackpot.
So, if you're looking for affordable mountain living with a touch of gold rush history and a whole lot of natural beauty, Dahlonega might just be your new happy place. Coming in at number 9 is Morgantown, West Virginia. A town that proves you can live in the mountains and still have high-speed internet. A local theater and a college marching band thundering past your window on a random Thursday.
This lively little spot is tucked into the forested hills of the Allegheny Mountains, right along the Cheat River. Don't worry, there's no actual cheating involved, unless we're talking about how affordable it is to live here. The average home costs about $274,000, and rent hovers around $1,544 a month. For a town with its own university, hospital system, and lakeside hiking trails, that's a pretty sweet deal.
Now, You will get all 4 seasons here, so yes, there will be snow. But think more cozy sweater and scenic views and less dig your car out with a hairdryer. Summers are mild, perfect for exploring Cheat Lake or Cooper's Rock State Forest, which are just minutes away. Think kayaking, hiking, or just sitting on a rock pretending you're in a nature documentary.
And because it's a college town, home to West Virginia University, you've got a surprising amount of culture packed into a small downtown. Live music, art shows, plays, and coffee shops where the barista probably has a minor in philosophy.
You might be retired, but you won't be bored. As for healthcare, top-notch. Ruby Memorial Hospital is right in town, part of the WVU medicine system, which means you're never far from a good doctor, a decent sandwich, and probably a football tailgate if you're into that kind of thing.
So, how does Morgantown stack up? It pulls a 29 out of 40. The big wins are affordability and healthcare, thanks to that major hospital system. Walkability's low, but with trails, lakes, and all that college town energy, you'll be too busy living to notice. Just think of it as small town charm with a marching band soundtrack.
So, if you want scenic mountain living with a side of energy, culture, and affordable comfort, Morgantown might just be calling your name. Coming in at number 8 is Chattanooga, Tennessee, in a city that sounds like a dance move but lives like a postcard.
This mid-sized gem of about 180,000 people is tucked into the bend of the Tennessee River, with mountains on one side and river bluffs on the other. It's basically Mother Nature showing off. If you've ever wanted to live in a place where you can sip coffee by the river in the morning and explore a cave under a mountain by afternoon, Chattanooga is your kind of weird. Affordability? Not bad at all. Median home prices sit around $328,000 and rent averages about $1,746. It's not dirt cheap, but it's a solid middle ground where you can enjoy a vibrant city life without having to survive on instant noodles.
Now let's talk weather, because no one wants to retire and then spend 6 months scraping ice off their windshield. Winters here are mild, with temps usually floating between the 30s and 50s, and summers are warm but not melt your face off hot. Basically, it's sweater weather when you want it, and porch sitting weather the rest of the year.
Healthcare? Covered. Erlanger Health and Park Ridge Hospital are right in town, and if you need something more, major hospitals in Cleveland are just a short 30-minute drive. Plus, the scenic views on the way there might actually lower your blood pressure.
As for things to do, oh, it's stacked. You've got Lookout Mountain with its jaw-dropping Rock City and Ruby Falls, Raccoon Mountain for hiking and underground tours, and the Chattanooga Riverwalk, a gorgeous path that makes you feel like you're walking through a travel brochure. Museums, the Tennessee Aquarium, and riverside restaurants give you plenty to explore without ever needing to leave town.
And the best part? It's retiree-friendly without feeling like a retirement village. With accessible nature trails, bike paths, and a thriving downtown, Chattanooga gives you the perfect balance of nature, culture, and comfort.
Now let's zoom out from the caves and rivers and check how Chattanooga does on paper.
It dances in with a 30 out of 40. Recreation is a knockout here. Caves, rivers, and mountains galore. The climate's another plus, but safety and walkability bring the score down a notch. Still, if you're looking for a place where everyday life feels like a travel brochure, Chattanooga holds its rhythm.
Coming in at number 7 is Roanoke, Virginia,
where you can trade your rush hour traffic for mountain mist and your HOA drama for a porch view of the Blue Ridge.
There was a guy named Bill, retired electrician from Pittsburgh, heart of gold, knees like Rice Krispies. A few years back, Bill took a wrong turn on a road trip and ended up in Roanoke. By the time he found his way back to the interstate, he had fallen in love with the mountains, bought a house, and joined a bluegrass band. He can't play an instrument, but they let him clap.
That's the kind of town Roanoke is. It surprises you in the best way, with home prices averaging around $275,000 and rent around $1,400 a month. It's one of the more budget-friendly mountain cities out there. You're nestled right between the Blue Ridge and Appalachian ranges, so the views, chef's kiss. And yes, you get all 4 seasons. Snow in the winter, crisp air in the fall, spring flowers that'll make your allergies scream, and summers that are warm but not swampy.
Healthcare is solid here. Carilion Roanoke Memorial Hospital is the big one in town, and there are plenty of clinics around too. So if Bill throws his back out trying to lift a fiddle amp again, he's in good hands.
Outdoor lovers will feel spoiled. The Blue Ridge Parkway is basically your backyard. There's also the Roanoke River Greenway for walks and bikes, Mill Mountain with its famous glowing star, and Explore Park, which sounds like a command and also delivers on the promise.
And if you like your small-town charm with a hint of artsy flair, downtown Roanoke has galleries, live music, and a farmer's market where you can buy vegetables from a man who will also try to sell you goat soap and tell you about his UFO encounter.
And if you're curious about Roanoke's score, it's one of the top performers at 31 out of 40. Affordable homes, great healthcare, and endless outdoor fun keep it high on the list. You'll need a car, sure, but between the parkway views, mountain trails, and bluegrass jams, this is one detour well worth taking.
So whether you're looking for affordable mountain living, nature that's basically therapy, or just a new place to clap, along with the locals, Roanoke might be your next chapter. Coming in at number 6 is Park City, Utah.
A place where the snow is powdery, the air is crisp, and the real estate prices could make your wallet fake a heart attack.
Now let me introduce you to Linda and Carl. They retired early after selling their tech startup, and by tech startup I mean Carl made an app that tracks your steps and occasionally roasts you if you skip leg day. Anyway, they wanted mountain views, great skiing, and a town where they could walk to an art gallery without stepping over a flip-flop. Enter Park City.
Perched at about 7,000 feet in the Wasatch Range, Park City looks like a holiday postcard someone brought to life with a luxury budget. But here's the thing, this town isn't cheap. The average single-family home clocks in around $2.6 million. That's right. You're not just buying a house, you're buying bragging rights. Condos are cheaper, relatively speaking, but even then, it's definitely a premium pick.
But if you can swing it, what you get is next level. Winters are cold, but the dry kind of cold ideal for skiing at Park City Mountain Resort or Deer Valley, where you'll find retirees carving down the slopes like they've got something to prove. Summers, meanwhile, are refreshingly mild, perfect for hiking, paddleboarding on alpine lakes, or just breathing mountain air that feels like it's been filtered through a spa menu.
And don't worry about healthcare. Salt Lake City's major hospitals are just 35 minutes away, and there's a local clinic right in town for more routine needs. You twist an ankle doing something heroic like snowshoeing to brunch, you're covered.
What really sells Park City, though, is the vibe. There's Main Street, walkable, historic, packed with shops and restaurants where the soup of the day might be elk stew. Then there's the Sundance Film Festival, where you might accidentally sit next to a celebrity in flannel. And despite being a mountain town, Park City is just a short drive from Salt Lake's International Airport. So you can get in and out faster than your house appreciates in value.
Now Park City, it's a tale of extremes. The score, 29 out of 40. Affordability takes a nosedive, straight to a 1. But recreation and social life soar. With Salt Lake City's hospitals and airport just down the road, the practical stuff checks out. So yes, Park City is the treat yourself of retirement towns. It's not for every budget, but if you've got the means and a taste for ski season and summer hikes, it might just be the luxurious mountain life you've been daydreaming about since your third Zoom call of 2020.
Coming in at number 5 is Durango, Colorado.
Where trains, trails, and Taco Tuesdays collide.
Durango isn't just a mountain town, it's a personality. Tucked into southwestern Colorado at about 6,500 feet elevation, this town somehow pulls off old-school Western charm and progressive outdoorsy energy. Think cowboy boots with a yoga mat slung over the shoulder.
The average home here runs around $740,000, which isn't pocket change, but for a town that's this scenic and lively, many retirees feel it's worth the splurge. And unlike pricier ski towns, Durango still feels like a real community, not just a place for vacation homes and $20 lattes, though yes, there's a little of that too.
Weather-wise, Durango hits a sweet spot. It's dry and sunny most of the year. Locals claim they get over 300 days of sunshine annually, which may or may not be local folklore. Winters are relatively mild in town, but if you miss snow, just look up. The nearby peaks get dumped on, making Purgatory Ski Resort a perfect name for winter adventure, or punishment depending on how you feel about Black Diamond runs.
Healthcare? Covered. Mercy Regional Medical Center is right in town, so no need to strap on snowshoes just to reach a doctor.
And here's a fun fact. The town's beloved Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad still runs real steam locomotives. Yes, actual chug-chug whistle-blow trains that carry tourists and rail fanatics through mountain canyons like it's 1882.
But even if trains aren't your thing, there's plenty to love. The Animas River runs through town, making for scenic walks, rafting, or just lazy bench sitting. The historic downtown is walkable and peppered with funky shops, craft breweries, and surprisingly excellent tacos. Fort Lewis College adds a youthful vibe to the place, and the outdoor access is world-class. Hiking, mountain biking, rafting, and high alpine trails are just minutes away. But if we trade the cowboy boots for a calculator, how does Durango stack up? It rides in with a 27 out of 40. Recreation practically maxes out, the climate's sunny, and the social vibe blends cowboy grit with college town groove. Affordability drags the score a bit, but if you don't mind spending more for trains, trails, and Taco Tuesdays, Durango is worth every point.
So, if you're looking for a mountain town with a little edge, a lot of sunshine, and the occasional steam train rolling past your dinner spot, Durango might just be your kind of offbeat retirement. At number 4, we have Telluride, Colorado. If Colorado towns were gemstones, Telluride would be that rare sapphire locked in a velvet box, behind glass, under spotlight with a price tag that makes your accountant weep quietly into their coffee.
Perched way up at 8,750 feet in the San Juan Mountains, Telluride isn't just high altitude, it's high drama. Towering 14,000-foot peaks surround the town like nature's own castle walls. And when the snow falls, this place turns into a snow globe owned by the 1%.
Now, let's talk numbers briefly and gently. The average home here? Around $1.9 million? Yep, that's a lot of zeros. But hey, this is a premium pick for a reason. Telluride isn't just real estate, it's a lifestyle. A ski-in, gondola up, hike until you feel enlightened kind of lifestyle. Downtown looks like a perfectly preserved mining town. If that mining town had boutique shops, art galleries, and a coffee place that puts rosemary in your latte, somehow it works. The town's historic charm mixes seamlessly with its reputation as a world-class ski and hiking destination.
Healthcare? There's the small but mighty Telluride Medical Center, with regional hospitals about an hour's scenic drive away, just long enough to question your life choices while taking in some of the best alpine views in America. And here's a little-known fact. Telluride was the first town in the world to have an electric streetlight thanks to Nikola Tesla's alternating current technology, which feels oddly symbolic, since it still attracts a different kind of spark: artists, adventurers, and retirees with very comfortable nest eggs.
So no, this isn't the retirement pick for the budget conscious. But if your idea of golden years involves actual golden sunsets over snow-draped cliffs, elevator rides on a free mountain gondola, and neighbors who probably invented an app you use daily, then Telluride might just be your high-altitude happily ever after.
So how does Telluride look on paper? It lands at 24 out of 40. Pricey? Oh yes. Healthcare? Limited. But then it redeems itself with walkability, safety, and recreation that's nothing short of jaw-dropping. It's less about the numbers, more about the lifestyle. And this little sapphire of a town sparkles anyway.
Coming in at number 3 is Helena, Montana, the accidental retirement gem of the Rockies.
Helena is one of those places people end up visiting on a road trip, only to stay for 30 years. Seriously. Half the locals came here for a weekend and forgot to leave. Tucked into the forested foothills of the northern Rockies, Helena isn't flashy. It doesn't shout, "Hey, I'm a trendy retirement destination." It's more like a friendly neighbor who quietly hands you a fresh-baked huckleberry pie and says, "Hey, you need anything?"
With a population of about 33,000, it feels like a real town, not a resort, not a ghost town, but a living, breathing place where you can actually get a decent haircut and also buy bear spray on the same block.
The housing market? Surprisingly chill for mountain living. Median home values hover around $475,000, which might get you a cozy cottage with a porch and a decent view of something majestic. Rent's also reasonable if you're not quite ready to put down permanent roots.
And while winters come with snow and the kind of cold that makes your coffee freeze faster than you can sip it, the reward is that magical mountain quiet, plus those crisp, warm summers you'll brag about to your old Florida neighbors. Medical care? Covered. Street. Peters Hospital handles your typical aging human needs, and for anything more complex, Bozeman and Great Falls are a not-too-scary drive away, depending on snowpack and elk traffic.
Downtown Helena feels like a Victorian time capsule, complete with old brick buildings, independent shops, and even a classic-style pharmacy you half expect Doc Holliday to walk out of. And yes, the Lewis and Clark Trail literally passes through, so you can walk in the footsteps of history between grocery runs.
But the real magic? That comes from stepping onto one of Helena's many gentle hiking trails, like up Mount Helena or into the surrounding national forest, and realizing you're breathing some of the cleanest air in the country.
Now if we clip on the reading glasses and check Helena's scorecard, Helena keeps it humble with a 22 out of 40, the lowest on our list. Affordability's okay, but transport, climate, and safety bring it down. Still, it's the kind of place where the numbers don't tell the whole story. Because once you're on a trail breathing that crisp mountain air, you stop caring about scorecards.
So, if you like your retirement with a mix of nature, history, and a population that waves at you even if they don't know your name yet, Helena might just be the best "oops, I live here now" decision you'll ever make. At number 2, we have Hood River, Oregon, where the mountains meet the hipsters and the wind will steal your hat.
Hood River is the kind of place where you might meet a retired software engineer who spends his mornings kiteboarding and his afternoons making small batch kombucha. It's weird, it's wonderful, it's Hood River.
Perched right on the Columbia River with Mount Hood looking dramatic in the background like it's posing for a Patagonia ad, this Oregon gem is all about big views and even bigger outdoor energy.
Now, fair warning, this one's not exactly budget mountain living. The median home value here is around $718,000, and rent can hit $2,500 a month. But you're not just paying for a place to sleep. You're buying into a lifestyle that involves craft beer, fresh pears, and the constant hum of someone trying to windsurf across the river at 30 miles per hour.
And speaking of that wind, it's kind of the town mascot. Hood River is one of the top windsurfing and kiteboarding spots in the country. Yes, even in winter. So don't be surprised if your neighbor is 67 and still straps into a board with more confidence than most 20-year-olds.
Weather-wise, it's very Pacific Northwest. Winters are cool and wet. Bring a jacket and a strong umbrella. While summers are mild and perfect for hiking, biking, or staring dramatically into the gorge like you're in a nature documentary.
Healthcare? Providence Hood River Memorial Hospital is right in town, and Portland's world-class hospitals are just an hour's drive west, assuming you don't stop at every fruit stand along the way. And trust me, you'll want to.
Downtown Hood River is a mix of boutiques, bookstores, farm-to-table cafes, and enough breweries to keep your retirement interesting. There's a strong art scene, excellent internet, and a crowd that includes outdoorsy retirees, creative types, and the occasional off-grid philosopher who also sells hand-carved spoons.
So yes, it's a little pricey, but if you're looking to retire somewhere scenic, quirky and buzzing with energy where you can hike in the morning, taste wine in the afternoon, and maybe learn to ride the wind before dinner, Hood River might be your mountain town soulmate.
It breezes in at 23 out of 40. Recreation and social life are big winners, but affordability, walkability, and safety tug the score down. Still, if you're into river sports, craft beer, and dramatic views of Mount Hood, the lifestyle here might just blow everything else away. Literally, hold on to your hat.
Coming in at number 1 is Bend, Oregon, where retirees accidentally become mountain athletes. So there's this guy, let's call him Bob. Bob retired early, bought himself a nice fishing hat, joined a book club, and moved to Bend, thinking he'd spend his golden years sipping craft beer and maybe walking the dog once in a while. 2 months in, he's skiing on Thursdays, kayaking on Fridays, joined a pickleball league just for cardio, and somehow ended up on a mountain biking trail with a GoPro strapped to his helmet yelling, "Send it!" like a 25-year-old adrenaline junkie.
That's Bend for you. This central Oregon town, sitting at about 3,600 feet in elevation, has a strange magical effect on retirees. It turns them into part-time explorers, part-time kombucha connoisseurs, and full-time believers in fleece jackets.
The views? Ridiculous. You've got the Cascade Mountains, the Deschutes River, Mount Bachelor for skiing, and enough trails to get lost on purpose. And downtown Bend? Breweries, farmers markets, art walks, and coffee shops with baristas who definitely have a side hustle. Now sure, it's not the cheapest spot on the list. The median home price is around $681,000. Rent hovers around $2,550. But you're not just buying a home. You're buying the kind of life where "I went snowshoeing this morning and then hit a taco truck with live music" is a totally normal sentence.
Healthcare is solid too, with St. Charles Medical Center in town, and great infrastructure for all you Zoom-happy grandparents.
If you want a retirement that feels like a lifestyle upgrade minus the boring part, Bend's your town. Just don't be surprised if you wake up one day, look in the mirror, and realize you've become someone who owns 3 paddle boards and knows the elevation of every hiking trail.
So how does Bend stack up? It pulls a 28 out of 40. Recreation and social life basically light up the scoreboard. Yep, those trails and breweries. And healthcare is solid. But affordability and walkability pull the score down a bit, and transport is just okay. Translation: you'll get an active, lively retirement. Just expect to pay more and probably keep the car in the driveway more than you'd like.
And if you've made it all the way to the end, thank you. Seriously. Watching the full video helps our little channel more than you know, and it means the world to us. We hope this guide gave you a few new dream spots to pin on your map, or at least a smile and some fresh perspective.
If it did, give it a like, maybe subscribe, and drop a comment about where you'd love to retire or where you absolutely wouldn't. We read everyone.
Take care, and we'll see you in the next one, same time, same porch swing.